Hi, and welcome to our visit to Koblenz for the Christmas markets and a little more. It's part of a road trip from the UK, crossing through France, Belgium and Luxembourg before our first stop in Thre. From Thre we followed the Moselle River past Cochem to Koblenz. After leaving here we'll be heading to our favourite Cologne. In this video we'll be sampling the Christmas markets. We'll have a little look around Koblenz, a little about its history and culture, what makes it a little different, and why this is a road trip. Just a stone's throw from our accommodation, the Castor Hotel, we have our first market in Zentralplatz. Nestled next to a shopping centre, we just have the briefest of looks. We'd recommend the Castor with its underground car park and destination charges for EVs. A link is in the corner and in the description below. There's also a link to the Koblenz Christmas Market site, as well as all the other places I mentioned on this tour. Officially there's 7 Christmas markets, and we're now heading to the second in Willi-Hörter-Platz. We're close to one of Germany's wine regions, and you have a choice of Glühweins based on different grape varieties, both red and white. Now the car's safely parked up, I think I deserve one. We've moved into a little garden off Willi-Hörter-Platz. Here you'll find the Nativity scene. Passing the toy soldier Nutcracker, we head into the third market in Jesuitenplatz. I always say the German Christmas markets come to life after dusk, but it's a great way to indulge in German culture during the day. Remember, here is not just for kids. Look at the different ages on the markets. We'll be back later after the sun has gone down. I said Koblenz has 7 markets and we'll visit all of them, but they're not massive, nor is the distance between them. The distance between the two extremes is about a 10 to 15 minute stroll, and my gut feeling is there are a few tourists, but it's not awash with us, and I like that. We're wearing our Cologne camouflage, our Jack Wolfskin jackets, so apart from our gadgets, and when we open our mouths, we're trying to blend in. It's a good time to mention if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to give us a like, and if you enjoy this style of video then why not subscribe and hit that notification bell. We've plenty more to come, travel tales with a sprinkling of history and culture. We've now arrived at the Christmas market in Görresplatz, and I would say this one is much more family orientated. Some of the Christmas markets in the bigger German cities, especially in the evenings and at the weekends, must be a frightening place for the little ones. Taking centre stage is the little miniature railway around the historian Säule, or the history column. This column tells the 2,000 years of the history of the city of Koblenz. Now, are we all aboard? Let's quickly talk about language. The vast majority of Germans speak really good English, but it doesn't hurt to brush up on your bitter, danke and maybe an Entschuldigung and es tut mir leid. Give Duolingo a try. It may not surprise you, but Koblenz was badly damaged in the Second World War, and it took years to rebuild the city. As you stroll the old town, you can appreciate that restoration work. We reach Christmas market number 5 in our plan, dominated by its Christmas pyramid. In this square you can also find Würsthaus Ood Koblenz, a great inn where we had a wonderful evening, superb atmosphere. Now it's Christmas market number 6 at Liebfrauenkirche, although really this is just a small collection of huts around the church. Still, a chance to grab a Glühwein and warm up, and boy it's cold. Remember, layers, that's the secret. I'm going to skip market number 7 at Münzplatz. We'll return later. Now let's take a look around Koblenz. Let's start with Kunstgassen. This quirky little covered lane is home to a few little shops, all quite unique. And when you pop out the other end, you'll find you're back at Liebfrauenkirche. We're going to take these narrow little lanes and head towards the River Moselle, taking in a few sights as we go. We're now in Platz Florianmarkt. I can't help but think how lovely this would look on a summer's day. Which makes me think, would we return to Koblenz in the spring or summer? Absolutely. It's a charming city and our experience with the people has been great. The drive from Thre to here, shadowing the River Moselle all the way, was pretty special, even on a grey day in early December. We're going to stroll along the river walkway until we reach Deutsches Eck, or German Corner, where the Moselle and the River Rhine meet. From here it flows past Cologne and Dusseldorf, into the Netherlands and onto the North Sea. High on the hillside on the other side of the Rhine is the Ehrenbreitstein fortress, a 19th century stronghold that is now home to the Christmas garden. Overlooking Germany Corner is a monument to Kaiser Wilhelm I, King of Prussia, and then the first king of a unified Germany in 1871. He, along with Otto von Bismarck, brought the Germanic states together into the Germany we know today. In this corner of Koblenz, the Lubwig Museum is a modern art gallery displaying part of the late Peter Ludwig's art collection. You can find another Lubwig museum, strangely enough, in Cologne, just off the Don Market. Also here we have the Basilica of St. Castor, which is the oldest preserved church in Koblenz and where the ground was first consecrated in 836. As we head up the Rhine side of Koblenz, we find the cable car station that will take us to the Ehrenbreitstein fortress. Our stroll along the river edge brings us to the Pegel House. It started life as an early 17th century river crane, before in the 19th century becoming a gauge house to measure and record the level of the River Rhine, and today it's a restaurant and events venue. Our journey south takes us past the Prussian government building. Although it may look old, it was constructed between 1902 and 1906 in the neo-Romanesque style. Our whirlwind look at historic Koblenz concludes with the Electoral Palace. Originally built between 1777 and 1786, this was once a royal residence, although heavily damaged in 1944 and rebuilt in the early 1950s. We now have the 10-minute stroll to Willi-Hörter-Platz, picking up a warming Glühwein and a look at the markets after dusk. This is a Saturday and these markets are nowhere near as busy as, say, Cologne, but there's still a great atmosphere. As you can see, it's the 2nd of December because this is Koblenz's biggest advent calendar. You can by all means feast in the markets. There's plenty of choice, and for one night we did. But if you do want to eat at a restaurant, book ahead. They can become incredibly busy. Another piece of advice, try and make your purchases before you indulge in the mulled wine. There speaks the voice of experience. With Old Town Koblenz being so compact, it's easy to drop your Christmas treats back at your hotel. Although who doesn't love a surprise when you get home and try to remember when and where you bought that little German soldier nutcracker, right? And that's why I love a road trip. I can bring back fragile decorations without fear of breakages. There are some requirements for driving in Germany, and I'll pop a link in the description for more info. And now, I promised you the 7th market, and here it is at Münzplatz. I think it's probably the biggest of the 7, and again, a great selection of food, plenty of sweet or savoury. One question that I get asked is why go to Germany? And the answer is always because it's a different culture. A standard Glühwein costs around €4, versed on a stall under 6. And we liked Koblenz because it wasn't too touristy, or if it was, they were Germans. Settling back to tuck into a pork knuckle surrounded by friendly laughter whilst drinking a fresh clean German beer felt great. So Koblenz gets a thumbs up from us. So now it's time to wrap up, and I'm going to head back to Germany Corner, and I want to mention another place we enjoyed, Vinegar Weinstube, a great friendly historic bar next to the cable car station. This will take you to the ticketed Christmas garden, which may be great for those with a young family. If you're interested in other German Christmas markets, then I'll pop a link in the corner to a post we've written. Some large, some small, but hopefully it'll inspire you to find the right ones for you. Anyway, until next time, stay safe, stay well, and happy travels.